Today we're speedrunning Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. Now the speedrun starts as soon as we gain control of our player, and right away we want to be really fast since we have to make a cycle. So we're going to go hop over here and slowly open up this door. Then once we're able to get down here, we can grab that, pull ourselves up, and here's the cycle we have to make. We have to jump on this blue thing before it goes all the way up, and then we can jump on the other thing. And once that raises up a bit, we can make our way to the next section. Here we want to crouch down, go to this door right over to the left, and there's another cycle we have to make. So again, we have to be pretty fast here. Where at this section, these things are going to collapse, and if we weren't fast enough, that would have killed us. So we can make that, wait for them to come back up, jump on those, and right over here, we can see that Catnap is pulling himself up. It kind of looks hilarious, but we're just going to keep going on our way. We don't really have to worry about him right now. He's just going to be kind of a goofy guy. And we'll be making our way over to this vent where we can exit right there, and we have to collect 2 batteries. One is going to be over to the left, and the other one will be in this closet, which we can place both of those right there before using our hand, and that's going to open this first door. Now we're just heading through here. We're going to start hearing a phone call, but before we can answer that, we got to get some electricity, and then we can answer it, which is going to be Ollie. Ollie is basically one of our companion people who helps us out a little bit through the game, and right here, he's going to give us a battery, so we can pick up that before going over to the door, since that's going to open it up. Now he's just going to talk a lot, and it's a little annoying, but you know, we're just going to play our game, and we can make our way through all this destroyed stuff over towards the security door, and we're going to ignore everything going on here, just opening up a couple doors, trying to do it from far away so we can save some time before moving this puzzle thing. What we have to do is get some more electricity, and connecting all of that will open up that door, and now we can go over to the gondola. But before we do that, we have to press both of these switches. We'll just get that done right there. That'll open up the door and cause a little loading screen. Now once that's done, we just have to move forward a tiny bit, and we get a cutscene. But after a couple minutes, Elliot Ludwig is finally done talking to us. He's a little annoying, and we can actually go into the main area of this place where Ollie's going to be talking to us again, being annoying yet again. But hey, at least he tells us what to do, like going into this section. We're going to trigger that by going over to the tube, and then we can grab a key. And these keys will allow us to go to different places in Playcare. Like this first one, we can just head through this, going through the grass, and there's going to be a door right here, which is going to be our main power area. So we're going to want to walk into this section, and it's going to be another loading screen. Now once that one's done, we can see my favorite character, Meow 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 Meow, Buzz Buzz. I love Catbee. I hope we get to see them in the actual game, but we're going to be heading over to the left, and here we're going to take this battery. Now if you've watched speedruns, you know that there is one where you can actually skip pretty much the entire game and go straight to the boss fight by using some weird glitches. But for this speedrun, we're going to do it glitchless, so we actually get to see the whole game. And that means we're going to be taking the regular path, like getting this purple hand, which allows us to do some cool platforming by hitting our hand against these platforms. It lets us do long jumps, and it's pretty cool. Then right here, we're going to want to grab this, bring it over. There's all this red mist. I don't really know if that is mist or actually blood. Kind of looks terrifying, but we have to use this platform. We'll move it over, and we don't want to move it one more time, so we'll get the perfect jump straight over here so we can save a tiny bit of time before another puzzle. We have to move these guys. We're going to connect them together, and the other one is going to go over towards that light before we push ourselves up, and we can grab this one first and then put our hand right in there, which is going to connect everything that needs to be connected. That's the first part done, so we're going to move that light over there and this one to connect to that before basically doing the same thing just the other way around, and that's going to get the other light. So now we can just cross past here and wait a tiny bit for this door to open up. And once that's done, we're going to want to try to turn on the main power machine, which we're going to wait here until we see that this is online, and then we're going to start moving backwards. And that's because if you go too fast here, you're actually going to cause the game to get messed up, and we need the power to turn off before we make it to the next loading screen. But anyways, this is now going to go totally dark, and the entire Playcare is also dark. So yeah, scary time. But we know exactly where we need to go. We're going straight over to the main central building here, and we'll go back to the tube where this is going to give us our next key. Then from here, we're going to want to head over to the left, over on our way to this building, which we can open up since we have the new key. And as soon as we make it down these stairs, we're going to open this door, get a tiny loading screen. But this is going to put us in the next section where we go straight into the red mist, and now we're hallucinating. So yeah, this is the first hallucination part where we don't have our hands anymore, and all we can do is run. Now, one really important thing about this part is we cannot let go of the run button, otherwise it's going to force us to walk. It's supposed to be a scary part where it's nice and dark. There's all these scratch marks on there, you hear a radio, and tons of weird things are happening, but we're pretty much just going through. I'm not going to worry about any of this. I'm just trying to speedrun until we make it over to this phone call, and then we're going to hear Ollie, who tells us to run. We also see Catnap for a second, so that's kind of terrifying. He was just peering his way in, but you know, not my problem. We're going to continue running on our way. Yeah, I cannot imagine being this person. They go through so much stuff. Like, what is that? That face looks terrifying. And we see Catnap just at the end of the hall walking through. I do not want to be here. But you know, I guess that's just what we got to do. What we're going to do right here, by the way, is turn around twice. We go the first time and then the second time. That just speeds up this next part a little bit. We also hear get up. Don't worry, I am getting up because I see Catnap right there. How you doing, bud? But I'm going to take the left path. We're not worrying about him. And finally, we're almost to the end where we just turn right and we see this door. Now this is going to open automatically for us. And right away, we want to take this tape and put it in this player where it's time to see Huggy Wuggy. Yeah, he's just looking cute. And it's time for some more lore. And it's basically just trying to make us feel bad about ourselves. But after way too long of waiting, Huggy Wuggy is going to come out of the screen and we want to die to him right away. And that's because it's a scripted death, so there's no way not to die there. We might as well get it done since we're speedrunning. And now we're in this section where there's a lot of really weird stuff and we have to turn on some power by using different batteries. Now, first of all, we're going to get the gas mask, which is really annoying since it obscures your vision. And we can also use these cars, which are really cool. You have to wind them up and then use them to get to new areas. And now we're bounce ourselves up here, which took a couple tries. That was annoying. Sometimes the physics in this game are really weird, but we're just walking through, going through all these doors, making our way to hopefully we'll find the batteries. We see one there, but we're actually going to ignore it. Instead, come to the left where we can pull ourselves up here. And that's because you're going to have to get 2 total batteries. So we might as well get the one that's farther away first, which we'll just grab from there. Then after that, we can go back to the same room, put both of those in the respective slots, hit that button, and that's going to open up this door. So now we can go to the top part of the building where we're going to see another car. And of course, we're going to wind it up, have a great time just smashing through there and setting on fire. So not really my problem. Now from here, we want to switch back to our green hand and we're going to use this to do some more electricity. It's actually really cool how this game did your hands. I really like that you can use multiple of them for different purposes. And yeah, it works really well right here where we have to grab some more electricity. We're going to use it right there. That's going to open up that door. And now here we're going to see this guy who follows us if he sees us. So what we have to do is make sure he doesn't see us so we can come from the side and grab his battery pack out from the back of him. Now we're just going to head in this vent and go downwards. So yeah, this has been a pretty hectic section, but we only need one more battery after this one. These vents though are going to lead us straight over here, where if we walk backwards a little bit, we will see that there's another one of these battery rooms. So we might as well place that one in right there, as well as get some more electricity. So we can use it on that wall, open up this door, and this is going to give us even better electricity that lasts a bit longer. So we can place the first one right there, get some more from the same spot, and put it again right here where there's going to be a bit of a jump scare with that guy coming down. But we have yet another car, which this time we're going to try to ride it, but it doesn't work. Kind of unfortunate. I was going to have a really fun time with that. But anyways, that is going to open up a new section for us where this time we have to put on our gas mask again, because anytime there is this red mist, we have to put on the gas mask. Otherwise, we're going to die. That's going to allow us to go through these vents. And once we make it through there, we will see right away that there's going to be this battery. We'll place it down so then we can use our blue hand right there. And that's going to open up this convenient door. And finally, that is going to be everything we have to do in this section besides put that battery in its spot, as well as turn on this button so we can head out. Yeah, I'm very surprised that I was able to remember everything we had to do. There are so many different paths you can take, but that's pretty good. Now we just have to place our hand right here. That's going to open up another door, and it's time for another one of these puzzles, where first of all, we want to move that thing over there, move the second one so it's going over to the left, and aim this hand thing straight over there before taking this lever, and that's going to be the first part of the puzzle. Now for the second one, we want to move that over to that light, aim that guy yet again, and we're going to want to pull this bridge before pulling the lever. That way both of them can get activated at the same time, and we're good to go. It's kind of funny, it's still giving me the tutorial of how to aim the turrets, but we're making it straight through here. We press that button. That's going to give us a nice convenient elevator, and we can use this to go straight out the building. But yeah, pretty good start, and we're going to get a tiny bit of a jump scare with Kissy Missy right here, where she goes and grabs us. But thankfully, Poppy is also here, so Poppy tells Kissy Missy, no, you don't got to do that. And here we're going to learn that they're our friends. It's kind of adorable, those two together. I love it. But Poppy right here is going to press a lever. That's going to give us a new platform to go up, and we see that Kissy Missy is very anxious right here. I actually love how expressive they made her, but it's just time for a little bit of a lore dump. Yeah, Poppy unfortunately does not value my speedrun time that much, but one thing we can do to speed this up a bit is press that button before we make it to the top. Then we have to head out here. Now, as soon as Kissy Missy is going to go and sit down, we can actually get on top of these bars and make it out of there just slightly earlier. So Poppy's still talking to us, but we're far gone. Now right here, we're going to grab this, which is going to allow us to bring some electricity over towards the main building. And yeah, Poppy is still talking to us like I'm even listening to her. It's also kind of funny because Ollie is talking at the same time, just over Poppy. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to do this, but I'm speedrunning and we get another key. So from here, now we're going to head over to the school building. doing. And this place is pretty scary, at least when you're doing your first playthrough. Obviously, we're a little bit better since I have an idea of what to do. So right away, there are going to be a couple doors where we have to grab some electricity and also get some batteries. Ollie's talking to us for a while. Don't worry, he'll be gone soon, but we're going to grab this electricity first so we can go through here. And after that, we just walk through this building until we open that door where there's going to be our first battery. I'm going to want to come over into this section now, and we're just going to leave the battery there for now, where we see her. Yeah, Miss Delight is just going to be walking through the entire hallway trying to attack us, and she also remembers us. So yeah, she's a bit scary, but you know, we don't have to worry about her, at least not yet. What we're gonna do is go through these vents and then hop down here where there's gonna be another battery before pulling ourselves up, then continuing our way through the vent until we pop out the other side, and we can place one of the batteries right there, the other right there, and that's going to allow us to get electricity for our hand, which we can use to make it over into the next section, open up that gate. But before we can continue, there is going to be Miss Delight just walking through. Yeah, she is definitely an interesting character, but we can make our way over into here, and there are so many solutions that are solved by just looking up. So many times it's just look up and that's what you have to do. But hey, I'm not complaining. We're making our way through. And as soon as we make it through the vent into this room, you can see that Miss Delight is very much not happy like us. She's saying we're like the other humans, and she wonders if our screams are like them too. But still, what we're gonna do here is grab this power, and as soon as we do that, Miss Delight is gonna bust through the door, and she is angry. So how she works is as long as you're looking at her, she's not gonna be able to walk. But we're not really worrying about that since we have the exact path we have to go. What we're gonna do is use that battery, then take it again, and we're just able to make it away from her. She's not that fast, so as long as we're going the right path, we should be fine. I'm gonna wanna take this electricity hand. We can use it on that one. And this entire time, we wanna make sure that we keep this battery since it's gonna be really important. Now we'll make it through this classroom. Miss Delight is somewhere. It's kind of terrifying not knowing where she is. But hey, I'm just trying to go fast. As long as we play well, she probably won't kill us. And we're gonna wanna make sure that we actually take this electricity back after we make our way through the gate, go through this classroom, and then on this side, there is gonna be another one of these where we have to use some electricity. And finally, we make it over to the ending section where what we want to do here is get a couple of different things of electricity. We'll do one for the left side, one over for the right side, and we'll take one more of these to go with us because you'll see that there's that light at the top. Then we can take this other battery, put one of the batteries to the left, one to the right, and yeah, Miss Delight is nowhere to be found, but then she teleports. Yeah, this game really doesn't want you escaping without her. And then right away, we're gonna close this gate, and then she speeds up just so she can have a very scripted death, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, there goes Miss Delight. I'm gonna miss you. I mean, I'm not really gonna miss you, but hey, we made our way and we got a new hand. But before we actually use the new hand, we have to do a couple more puzzles. First of all, we're gonna go ahead, grab this battery, which is gonna open up another door. And now we have this entire underground area, which just looks crazy. Honestly, they really made this game beautiful. It's a huge step up from the other games, and I really enjoy it. But we're gonna wanna use our purple hand to jump through here, and then switch over to our green hand so we can grab some electricity, place it there so we can use our purple hand some more. And we pretty much just always wanna follow where the fingers are going for these jumps. And that's gonna be where our next platform is, so we'll make our way up. Except I messed up that jump. Okay, a tiny bit of a time loss, but literally only like 5 seconds, so it's fine. Now we're going through all this scaffolding, and we see after we make our way a little bit through here, there's another one of these really big puzzles. Luckily, I already know what to do. First of all, we have to press that light over there, then we're gonna take this hand thing, aim it at that spot, and we have another one of these, which we're gonna wanna aim at the next one. Then for the next one, pretty much same thing, just go to the other one. And finally, we have one more to move, which we have to place at the button. So with that, we can press the lever, and it's gonna take a while to actually make its way through, so we have plenty of time to make it over to this elevator. That's going to cause the power to go on, and we're able to make it to the top of here, so that was a pretty easy puzzle. Now from here, it's pretty much just escape the caves, and here we're going to take out the gun hand because it is going to be very important for this next part. Now the gun hand is going to be able to blast flares, and we have to use them to get rid of those little guys. The little guys are just crawling all the way through, and they can actually kill you if they get close enough, so we have to make sure we blast them before they're able to do so. And thankfully, I know exactly where we need to go for this path, just like usual. But when you don't know where to go, this place is terrifying. There's so many different people just trying to attack you. And yeah, there's so much that can go wrong, but we just got to keep our wits about us, head down here, then head over to the right, which is going to give us a slide. It's actually pretty fun going through all these slides. Then we'll make our way just kind of crouch to these guys until we see this button. And what we're going to do is actually skip the button puzzle by just jumping straight over there and making our way right to the door, which is kind of hilarious. Gotta love physics in games. But there we go. We're now able to make it to the bottom of the stairs, and we don't have to worry about the little guys anymore, at least for now. But we're going to make it over into this pool area and kind of just walk our way through. Also, I need to make sure that I have the purple hand out. And once we make it far enough, we see our boy Dog Day. Yeah, he's not doing the best, and he's going to lore dump us. But after a while of telling us a bunch of lore, all of these little guys go inside of him, which just sounds painful. So yeah, he's going to be chasing after us now. Yeah, I would not want to be the player at this point. And what we're going to do here is basically just take the correct path. This is another section where everything can go wrong if you take a single wrong turn. Like right there, it kind of tricks you and thinks you're supposed to go forward when you're supposed to go over to the left. And there are so many of these little guys that are going to be in this tunnel. So if you take the wrong direction, they can attack you. And yeah, we just want to make sure that doesn't happen. Thankfully, I know exactly where to go. We take that path. Then we just continue on our way straight. We get 3 different slides we can take. We're going to go in the one to the left just because it's closer to where we need to go. And finally, we're going to go through this room. We really had no problems at all with Dog Day. So hopefully he's doing okay. You know, maybe he's not dead. Yeah, I don't think he's alive. Anyways, that's another part done. We're going to go through this slide. And yeah, we're making pretty good progress. We're now in this section where Ollie yet again is talking to us, being kind of a weird guy. But it's same old, where we're going to grab a key from this place and we're going to take the key over to this museum-like building. At least it reminds me of a museum. I'm not exactly sure if that's what it's supposed to be. But yeah, next section, right away, we want to go over to the office. There's going to be this battery that's just hiding right there. That's going to open up one door. Then we're going to want to take it back so we can go ahead, put in that one. That's going to open up another door. And we basically just have to walk through a lot of long hallways here. I mean, we do have to grab another one of these batteries, which is going to be right there. You know, same old, just press it somewhere. There's going to be help on the wall, which is kind of terrifying, but whatever. I'm not really worrying about it. We're going up because the solution is literally always go up. It's going to give us this little section where we have to jump across there with our purple hand, and we're back in the caves. And this one is just another quick little puzzle. What we're going to want to do is get some electricity, then pull ourselves up. Then we can go around that pole and press that, which is going to allow us to do a super jump. And that's going to put us in this section where we're going to want to get some more electricity, boost our way over to this place, and go back up again. Then we're able to grab this pole again, and that's going to open up the path for us so we can just walk our way through. And we missed a jump. Yeah, oops, that was kind of embarrassing, but it only lost like 5 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. Pretty easy puzzle. Now we can make our way back to the office, which in this place, there is so many of these cubicles and stuff, but what we're gonna wanna do is head to the head of Playcare, where there's going to be an event. We can open that, which is gonna give us a key, and that's gonna open up another door for us. And we're pretty much just making our way deeper and deeper into here until, who would have guessed it, another place where we climb up. Yeah, this game just loves these so much. I know I've said it multiple times, but I mean, is it not true? And this is a pretty long section where we're just slowly crawling through the vents. Eventually though, we see this room where we have to use our gas mask again because there is all the red mist. Now we have to open each one of these doors and also open some panels. And after doing that, we have to get a battery, which we can see there's a battery all the way over there, so we can grab that really quick before switching over to our green hand. And we're gonna wanna use this electricity on each of these rooms. And doing this is gonna open up a new path that gives us a new door. And it's time for our last really major puzzle of the game. Well, what we're going to want to do here is, first of all, we have to move this thing over to the other one, and then we're going to turn that thing on. And eventually the end result is it allows us to jump up here using our purple hand. It's kind of weird physics going through here, but after that we can press down that, which is going to open up a gate. And now we have to get this battery. Now the battery isn't just open. What we have to do is actually crash it against the floor so it's able to open up. Now we can use this one first to open up that thing, and we can get another one of these batteries, which this one very much feels like being a little stuck. But since we opened up the gate by the elevator, now we don't have to take that jumping pad anymore. And what we can do is move the lights over. I'll make sure to grab the second battery and grab this one that we still have to smash on the ground before pressing that, which is going to move up the elevator so we can just slowly go up with my batteries. We're going to place one of the batteries straight in here. And for the second one, we have to smash it on the ground just like the first one before doing the same thing with the elevator and placing our second battery in this place. But we're not done just yet. We do have to move these lights over one more time, and then we're going to go go into this one and move it over towards the light, turn that on, and with all of those things done, it's going to be able to open up this door and we can go to the next section, which, hooray, it's more vents. This game really likes vents. And it's also going to be a vent with red mist in it, so of course we have to put on our gas mask. And after a while, we're able to make it out of here, but we have to keep our gas mask on, and I am going to give you a tiny bit of a jump scare warning. It's at least kind of a jump scare because Catnap comes at us, puts us in here, and yeah, now we're gonna pass out. Which this is gonna be another long lore section. It shows us going to the factory, things like the start of the first chapter, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're just gonna skip through. All right, so finally, after way too many cutscenes, we're gonna get a phone call and also wake up. And here is for the very first and only time we actually hear Catnap's voice, and he does not want us to be here. He knows that we're gonna kill him, and yeah, there's nothing he can do to stop us. And once we make it outside, the whole place yet again is going to be completely dark, and we're gonna have to get a couple of these things and connect them to the middle building. So we'll connect this first one straight over to this thing, which, how did that not just work? I've never had that happen to me. But then secondly, we're also gonna head over to this section where we saw Poppy and Kissy Missy, and there's gonna be another one of these plugs, and same thing, we're gonna place it right in there, which is going to give us a gigantic battery, which somehow just shows up there. They didn't even make an animation, but you know, is what it is. And now we have to head to the door by the cable car, which we were at like 30 minutes ago. Now you already know before this final boss fight, I gotta go and see my boy Meow 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 Buzz Buzz. But yeah, there is no power going on currently because we have to bring over this battery, but as soon as we make our way over there, Catnap is gonna come and he's gonna use his red mist. Now we no longer actually have our gas mask since he broke it, so we're gonna have to run from him and actually make our way over here, which Catnap looks terrifying. Yeah, I might see this guy in my nightmares, but it doesn't matter how terrifying he looks because we gotta kill him. Now, first of all, what we're gonna have to do is use this collection of multiple batteries, and we basically have to set up for the boss fight. So we just have to play around here until the boss fight actually starts. But how this works is there are 5 main batteries. One we always want to keep on the green light, and other ones that are gonna be just all around. And like for this one, we can actually put smoke, and that's going to stop Catnap from moving if he's in that section. Just keep using the mist, seeing that we know where all the different places are. And finally, it's gonna give us a chance to put our first battery in there, and it's time for the boss fight. So what we can do is actually use our gun hand, and anytime we see Catnap, we're gonna shoot at him, because some of these Catnaps are not actually gonna be real, they're just smoke. But like that one, he didn't go away when we shot at him, so we know we actually have to deal with him. What I'm gonna do here is use my green hand, get some electricity, and I am missing multiple times. That was almost way too close, but that's gonna make him go away. And I'm just looking around, making sure that he does not catch me by surprise. We can get rid of his different mist forms. And yeah, this guy just really likes being annoying. Also, anytime that we have to enter a new battery in there, we're gonna have to do that so we can keep the time going. I'm not sure why you can't just put them all in at the beginning. That would be much better, but I guess the game doesn't want you to do that. But there we deal with another Catnap. We can see that that one's gonna be a mist guy. And yeah, he just feels like he is all around me. Like here, we can see that that guy didn't get hit in the mist, so what we're gonna have to do is place this battery. Sometimes the battery just doesn't work, but we can get rid of him, nice and easy. And finally, we get what we needed, because here, Catnap is gonna come through the ceiling. What you can do is a little bit of cheese. Instead of continuing this boss fight, all we have to do is continuously press down this door, but not put it down the whole way. This way, we always know that Catnap is right there, and he's never going to attack us. Yeah, it's actually kind of hilarious that this works. He's just spearing his way through. He has no idea what we're doing, and I don't really care. The only kind of hard part is putting the new batteries in, just making sure he won't attack us in that time. But other than that, we're just gonna keep repeating this. But finally, after doing this for a while, you can see that it charged up all it needs, and we can use our hand to blast it at Catnap. Then he tries to use his smoke, but that's actually going to be what kills him, because now all the smoke combined with the fire, it's not good. Then the prototype is gonna come down, and it's like, hey Catnap, it's time for you to die. And Catnap just kind of lets it happen. That's unfortunate, but that's gonna be our boss fight. Pretty easy. Now all we have to do is finish out the run, but we are gonna be missing our electricity hand, so that's kind of sad. Doesn't matter that much though, because now we can take this gigantic blue battery, place it right there, as well as press this button, which is gonna give power to the main machine. And after a bit of waiting, power is finally gonna turn on to the whole facility, and it's time for another lore dump. Yeah, Poppy, I just don't care. Basically, what she shows us is what happened when we were gone and how all the toys went crazy. Then after a bit, Kissy Missy is gonna come by and allow Poppy and me to go downwards while Kissy stays on top. And unfortunately, while we're going down, Kissy Missy gets attacked and we're pretty sure she dies. So yeah, that's pretty sad, but we're gonna end off time as soon as the credits roll, and there we go, 52:25. All right, subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.